Hello, who we have? Little, I'm sorry, my glasses. I need Little Dove. Okay. All right. This is for Sagittarius, this reading. Bear with me a moment. I should have had these done 3 hours ago, these last two, Sagittarius and Capricorn, the last two for February. I said earlier, after finishing the last one, it was Scorpio. I said I was going to be back after having a bite to eat, and I didn't come right back. So, could have been done a couple hours ago. That's my own fault. Just give me a moment. But a moment. Welcome to those that are new. This is Bay of Fundy Fortunes, and my name is Natalie, and I'm here to do the last two readings for February, which is Sagittarius, and following that will be Capricorn. Then all 12 will be done. How are you, little dove, anyways? If you haven't joined the channel yet, you're more than welcome. Click subscribe to those that are new, and the notification bell that sits beside the subscribe button, but that's not a guarantee that you'll be notified when we go live. It happens to a lot. The only way to get past that, and I'm not promoting the group, but for this reason only, you don't have to hang in Facebook. You come right into the channel. It's closed. It's private. Everything is pre-approved there. Everything you say, you do, you don't even have to do or say. You want to just sit back and observe, you can do that too. Nothing's expected of you. This is part of your tribe. It may be distant, but we are all part of each other's tribe. That's the bottom line there. And anyone that comes in to join. It's a very quiet group. It's a very calm group. It's a very strong group. It's a very loving group, extremely supportive. It's good all the way around. But the best part is when Bay of Fundy Fortunes goes live, it gets posted right in the group at the same time, so you don't miss it. If you do, you can always catch it later on replay, but you can be part of the live. Oh, it's that time of the year. You know, I wish I was better. I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. Things have been okay, I guess. In the moment, they're okay. So, but it's that time of year when things that normally wouldn't get to you so much, you snap, just like that. Boom. You know, that's the way I am. Because it takes the rest of my energy just to make it through the day, trying to keep a healthy, balanced frame of mind. If you know what I'm talking about at all, it's just that when you live alone, everything becomes different. Your days are very, very different. Very cold. Cabin fever? Hell yes. I would give my right arm to fall back a few months, about 3. Make a nice cup of tea at, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 9 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful, warm, sunny morning. Take my little baby out with me. Sit in one of my chairs, watch him, watch nature, play with him, talk with him, have some more tea, smoke, be relaxed. Calming moments, very much so, very much. Hi, Brunetta. Well, good. I'm glad. Oh, it is. February's the worst. It's the worst month. We got our first full snowstorm was yesterday. We had the high winds, we had the snow, we had the freezing rain, and then we had the rain. And it was a large amount that came down. My driveway just got plowed now, just now. I could hear him out there, and then I kind of looked through the window, and there he was. He was plowing away. The snow's very wet, very heavy, very sticky. It's crazy. I can do a little bit of shoveling. I can do my deck. I can do my stairs. Part of my walkway, that's when I start to lose wind. I am only, compared to 2 years ago, we'll really give it something, 2 years ago, which isn't a long time. It's a short period of time in someone's life. My physical abilities, my physical strength and endurance has gone from well, 2 years ago, might have been at 80%. Starting to feel the sliding away. And last year, compared to this year, let's say we were 80%. I was 80% last year. I'm down to about 30% now, endurance. Well, if you don't do anything ever, all I did, I don't know, I just don't do enough. I take my dog for walks. We go for walks on the beach, we go for walks around the yard, maybe sometimes out on the road, just kind of make an appearance and let the neighbors know you're still here. We all keep to ourselves and that kind of a thing. My beach is a favorite place. It's the best spot of all, though. But it's just a very slow, gentle walk, something an 80-year-old could do. Don't get enough. It's what it is. Hi, Saida. Thank you, Saida. Same to you. I hope everybody that comes into the channel, when they leave or they're here, they experience that feeling of being touched or being blessed for being here at the right time. So the readings, if you catch them after the fact on a replay, it's not a big deal. The energy is still there within the reading because people leave comments long after, a couple days later, sometimes a week later. They're leaving comments as they come across them. So a lot of times too, when you're like me and you live alone, a lot of times you're enjoying your alone time. You're innocently putting in your day little things, little whatever you want to do. It's a wealthy life that way. I can do whatever. If I want to watch a movie at 8 a.m., I can pop a movie on in my jammies, get comfortable, make some tea, and watch a movie. If I don't want to get out of bed till 10 or 11 o'clock, I don't get out of bed till 10 or 11 o'clock. I'm indulging in those things because I never had them before. I was always, the only drawback is I miss my brilliant sunrises in the wintertime here. The sunrises, they're mind blowers. They really are. And I used to make a point of being up, usually no later than 6 a.m. Every day, all year round. And I'm not doing that this winter. And I'm sleeping in. Saying that maybe might not have gone like last night. Didn't go to bed, didn't turn over to fall asleep until about 3. It was about 10 to 3 in the morning. I was back up at 8 this morning, 10 after 8. Haven't had a nap. Could have, I nap when I want, this sort of thing. But I miss being outside. I do. Many mornings when I get up, it's a dog that gets me up. I get up for him. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't get up. It'd be 1, 2 in the afternoon probably when I stay up late, like I do sometimes. But I'll be in my pajamas, and he's the first thing I do. I have to pee first. That's a given. He follows me in the bathroom. He stays there with me, so I get to watch him too. And I take him right out, usually before putting coffee on or anything. Open up the door, go out on the deck. If it's not blowing, snowing, or raining, I sit right down at the top of the stairs and say, "You go right ahead, baby. I'm watching you." You know, I'm not even awake. Haven't had a coffee. So he's taken care of. Then I get him his refresh his water, give him his food. Now I can make some coffee. And boy, does it smell good at that point. But it's the little things that keep me content. If I got my needs are met, that's the big important part of anybody's life. As long as your needs are met, if you get any wants, even 1 or 2 on top of that, you feel stinking rich. You feel lucky. You feel blessed, as a lot of people like to say, you know. So, is life perfect? No, it's never perfect. Sometimes it's on the edge of change, the edge of things happening, happenstance to change things. You know, there's always something like that. So I rejoice in the days that I have, but that's not going on. Living on the edge, nerve-wracking stuff. Right now, I'm okay. In this moment, if I was to die in a half an hour, My last few moments were good. Anyways, let's get on with it here. Let's get on with it. Here we go. Don't forget to click the like button, guys, or the not like, whatever you want. Hi, Bets. How are you? How are you? Nice to see you guys all here. It's really nice. It's our own little corner of the world going on at the moment. This is for Sagittarius. I have 3 sons, and the middle child and the youngest child, they're both Sagittarius. They're what they call Irish twins. Irish twins, they call them. Because for one day of the year, they're the same age. One day of the year. And they are as different as day and night. They were inseparable when they were little, 2, 3, 4 years old, and about there. Once school started and all that, and life came in, we had to go out and face life. Well, they're very, 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 very different. You'd never know they came from the same family. So, it's a wide range of different Sages out there, I think. Good evening, Luella. How are you? Oh, did you? Sagittarius sign. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Serendipity. Hey, that's serendipity in action, is it not? You started out to do something, you ended up doing something else because you had started out. That didn't pan out, but something else come up, and look where you are. There. I don't know about many readings yet. I don't know. I'm still undecided. I should. You get people start asking, "What are you doing them again? What are you doing?" I got questions, you know, and whatnot. This is for Sag. I'm always interested to see what this brings. I'm always interested to see what Sagittarius is going to bring. The readings, how can you say it, energy-wise, has been strong. These readings for February, there seems to be a lot going on for everybody. Yeah, that's what I think too. Serendipity, Luella. Okay, I guess I'm to cut right here. Here we go. I'm going to bring the camera down, so if you guys get talking to me, I won't be able to see your writing, your text, because I'm bringing all that down. And I just want you guys to see the pendulum swing and to see the layout of the cards. Let's see what we got. Spirit via Lilith. For the top 5 cards, as the deck is standing, the cards that are meant for this free general public reading for the sign of Sagittarius for this month of February, this year of 2021. Top 5 cards. Are they the ones that are going to bring the most pertinent answers and direction, enlightenment for the Sagittarians or the crosses or the cross watchers or whatever, for anybody that's going to view it? Of course it is. Yes, it's great. Okay, here we go. Put my feather away just a moment. Very first card. Oh, what? Why? I'm sorry, Sag. For those that can't see, 5 of Cups. Not good. Finances and wealth. Not too bad. We certainly are happy for this one. 6 of Swords. Calm. Hearth, home, relationships, intimate reality. Page of Pentacles. Opportunity. If there to be any challenges, this verse is where it falls. Oh my God. My heart, be still, my beating heart. My number one card, literally and figuratively, emotionally, my number one card. Out of the whole deck, that's my favorite. And the final card is probably the most important. This is your message from Spirit. So Two of Swords, Crossroads. So, here we go. Okie dokie. Ooh, why? You know what, though? You'll see me say this a lot in the readings. The Page of Pentacles is a good card. That has an influence. It is the light. This is the dark, right? It's a bit of a shifting. Taking a slice off, a layer off the 5. But this one takes a good 3 layers. There might be 1 layer left to this 5 of Cups, which is next to nothing. It's bittersweetness. It's unpleasantness. Is it life-changing, life-destroying, life-altering? No. Thank God he showed up for more than one reason. Seriously. Just adjusting my candlelight. This was given to me by my friend Sally. Should show it. You guys are probably familiar with them, but look at this. Isn't it sweet? It's sweet. It really is. Beautiful. Very, very much. I use the flame of it an awful lot. Anyways, here we go. We got the 5 of Cups. There could be some kind of a loss here for some of you through the month. Remember, it's a general reading. It may not even pertain to you at all. May not at all. This is an emotional influence as well because it is of the Cups, which is of hearts, emotions, love, that kind of a thing. It usually indicates, as I said, there's a sadness, a disappointment over some kind of a loss. It could be a relationship loss, it could be work related, it could be a friend, or you could be grieving for somebody. You're in the mode of bereavement. Not that somebody's going to die, this has already happened, all right? Much unlike the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, there's a warning, there's a decision. It's a natural, more of a natural change. With the 8, it's a moving on card. It's leaving someplace. With this, the only glitcher with this one is it's usually sudden, unexpected, shocking, maybe even. It's unexpected. It could be, as I said, from any of those things. It could be a job. It could be a person. It could be the passing of somebody. But you're very bereft and confused. And another meaning of this card is being unable to let go of the past for some. Feeling like, which is causing great sadness within yourself. You are your own worst enemy here because you're feeling guilt or regret over something for someone. Okay? The advice you need to look for. Come on, wake up. I just got this surge of waking up. Absorbing energies around you anywhere you can get them. You're pulling them in. But to look for and accept support wherever you find it is the generic side. The situation is not hopeless. Not completely. Nor is it a cakewalk. You're going to feel it. You're going to be moved. It's something you're going to go through. But it is going to come to pass. You are going to heal. Memories will be, as I said earlier, bittersweet. Bittersweet memories, which is what can happen here. You will heal eventually. You'll get over whatever it is. You'll get through. I'm feeling that very strongly. The keywords, you always pay attention to these. Unhappiness, dejection, negative thoughts, confusion, hurt, disruption, abandonment, There's only one layer left. It's not that intense. It's not knock the wind out of you intense. It's not devastation intense. Just remember that, okay? When you go through, you'll say, this must be it. Well, shit, this is just normal stuff. Stuff I deal like with this all the time. But your finances and wealth, most of you are okay. You're okay that way. With the Six of Swords, it represents a very calming period. Usually after coming through something maybe a little rough, a challenge of some kind. Let me see here. Dum, dum, dum. This card is indicating, even financially, maybe things have been a little tight and they're going to loosen up and get a little more comfortable. They may. Because the card's indicating that you're about ready to go into more peaceful waters than where you've been. Things are calming down. Things are falling into place for some of you, making sense. This is a very reassuring card for you. If you've gone through any kind of chaos, conflict, or uncertainty recently, it's coming to an end. Things are going to get better for you. It's indicating for some, I doubt it because of COVID right now, but generically, travel. Maybe by water. Moving on, moving forward, things start to improve. It's slow, but it starts to improve. There could be new work for somebody right on the horizon waiting for you. But another meaning is protection, and that you will prioritize now what's important. You'll make a like a little bucket list, a priority list. You'll get them all numbered off. What has to be taken care of first, second, and so on. And some of you will also be leaving some people behind. Some situations giving up on, throwing in the towel. Some situations, happenings where you say, I think I have to bow out now. I think I've helped a lot. I've made a difference. I hope I have. But it's time for me to take my leave. You leave some things behind. You're not where others are there. Maybe they're there for a lifetime. It's not for you. You were just there for a certain amount of time to help in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what this is. Almost like volunteering to help get something up off the ground or to get it going. And you see that your part is done. You're done. So now you can free yourself up to open up to other things. Okay. People too. One or two people you believe they're not serving any kind of purpose in your life at all. They should at least mean something to you. And if they don't really in that way, in a personal connection kind of thing, they don't. There's a type of relationships after a while, they'll fade off. Let them go. Let them go. The advice, you go with the flow of life. That's all you have to do. There's no need to resist changes automatically when you see them coming at you. Don't immediately just say, no, I'm not it. You'd be surprised. You get surprised yourself. Consider, just take time to consider. Keywords are journeys, moving on. Immigration with an E, not an I, usually indicates going to maybe a new country you've never been to before, but it's someplace you've never been. You can find a safe haven there. Finding peace, finding resolution, and a feeling of protection. You're the protector or you're being protected. So, it's not a bad card. Everything feels calmer on this card, just the way the card describes, very calming. That's after a little, there's still going to be a few bumps through the month for you because this is the one, but they're very small. Nothing is anything you can't handle. You're going to be able to handle this. The next card we have, this is your private life, your intimate life, your immediate life, friends, family, lovers, whatever. But the people in your life, the situations in your life, that affect you. This is like the heartbeat of you, okay? And your life is what it is. It's like the heartbeat. Pentacles, beautiful cards, especially when you got the ones like the page. It's a great, great card. It really is. It represents opportunity. Is what it represents. It's a page as well. Page, for some of you, this person is going to come to your life and they're bringing you some good news about probably finances, yes, work, jobs, maybe education for one or two. While the page does not represent this money alone, he does bring you hope that your wish will be granted. That in itself is priceless. Another meaning of the page is a pending job offer, or if you're trying to sell a property or make a move, then this is going to happen. And when it does, and you know it's going to happen real soon. It will be soon, it will be fast, it will be quick and smooth. Provided you pay attention to the paperwork, that is. Generically, it throws that in there, okay? So you gotta be really step up to the plate and be really super responsible. Don't assume anything. Get the facts. Get the truth of whatever it is you're involved with. The advice, you look out for offers regarding property and or work. There's a really good opportunity on the horizon for somebody here, but you need to be diligent. You need to be sitting up wide awake, paying attention. You need to be Johnny on the spot. Check all contracts carefully that come your way as well, should any come your way. All right? Check your contracts very carefully. You look for mistakes, look for things that are wrong, look for things that you aren't agreeing to. You don't want to have any regrets down the road. Keywords are money, messages, communication, work, luck, confidence, and optimism is great. You need to be at the right place at the right time to have opportunity knocking on your forehead. You know, you really do. You need to be diligent. You need to be aware. But somebody's going to point you off in the right direction. You're bringing you in some information that's going to help you. Okay? Now, here's the man of my dreams. He's the one, the only number one. He is a beautiful, beautiful magician. He's a beauty. I love him. Love him, love him, love him. Always will. Why do I love him so much? Well, the picture ain't half hard to look at, that's for sure. Too bad he wasn't real. But because he's the main card that comes in and everything revolves around him. What he represents, everything revolves around us. He comes into your picture here, into the reading to tell you and to give you a little a little nudge to remind you of your own powers of manifestation, that you do indeed have them. You can indeed create your life. Some things are out of our control, but overall, the basics of it, you can control your own life, you can create it, is what you can do. But the first thing off him, he's asked you, what is it that you think you can make happen? How do you see yourself? How do you think the world sees you? Does it matter to you? It asks a lot of questions that we have to turn inward and look at ourselves. But it reminds us very strongly. He's saying, look, these are the tools of life. These are the symbol of life. Love, practicality, the mind, creation, creativity, passion, and color, and money. The tools are all there. He's saying, I've got everything here for you. All you have to do is request it. Reach out for it. You can take whatever it is you need to get to where you want to go. Okay? It's an incredibly powerful card. I love him. I always say I'd never get married again. Man, I'd marry him in a heartbeat. Yep. He is the first numbered card in the whole deck, which is fantastic. Makes him very special. Very special. The Magician, as I said, he looks directly in your eyes. He wants you to look inward and check yourself out, to see what things are, really. Be honest with yourself. He wants you to know at this time that all the conditions for your future success right now, they're perfect. So now is the time, the right time for you to take action. Everything is perfect right now for you to meet with success in just about anything that you do. He's giving you a gentle reminder, you're the one that's got the resources you do. You're the one that has the talent. You can attract whatever you want. Anything from like a new relationship to a business enterprise, a project, or maybe a trip. Maybe not so much, but eventually you could. You could plan for it now. But above all, the Magician is seeing you in the creative flow of life. Magician is seeing you becoming full of energy, full of purpose. Communication speed up when the Magician appears as well. So you're probably going to get a little bit busier than what you're normally used to. More texting, more talking, dealing, interactions. It's just your communication sector is going to take a bit of a jump. You're also going to find at this time, speaking with others, tossing ideas around, exchanging ideas, presenting things. You're going to have a lot of support at this time as well. Support seems to come very easy for you. That is really encouraging. The advice, the time is now. You take action and you will find success. You got to believe it. All right. Keywords, new enterprises coming up for some of you. Communications taking a bump up, energy being raised, creativity and passion go together. That seems to be coming back to life a little bit for some of you. See if you can foster it to make it grow. Travel's a possibility, but that may be held up. Let's be realistic. COVID, money, and you've got support. He just brings everything. Some of you will be using these tools. Some of you will. One here. All of this stuff kind of leads you to this one, which is the Two of Swords, and being at a crossroads, meaning there's a decision that needs to be made. Oh boy, not kind of an uncomfortable decision that you have to make is what it is. It's uncomfortable. That's how it feels for you. Excuse me. My tea is getting cold. So when this card comes up, it's telling you you're going to be at a crossroads, and you could be there now. It could already have happened that you're at a crossroads. Some of you have a decision that you need to make. That's what it all comes down to. And the two crossed swords are signifying tension and indecision. You feel like you're going to be locked in conflict here, and some of you will. Neither side can win because there are power of the swords. The power of the swords appears to be equal. A situation may or may not even be of your own doing or your own making. Your perspective is blocked, or there's an obvious clue that you're just not seeing. And I say this with this card a lot. It's not a right choice or a wrong choice. It's not the right decision or wrong decision. Whatever one you pick, because they are equal. They're identical. There's nothing that separates them. There's only one thing that can separate these two swords, and it's you. You pick the one that's going to work best for you. They represent decisions and opportunities You've got to pick one. You can only have one. You can't have both. But you'll pick the one that works for you, that fits you best. Narrows it down and makes it a little bit easier. What you need to do as advice is just to get away from it for a bit. Take a break, put some space in there. Look again. When you look this time, you look at it from a very fresh angle, whole different perspective. And any action or decision is better than none at all. It's impossible. You cannot just not pick anything. This is a great opportunity for breakthrough, especially in the way you think. Words are doubt and uncertainty, stalemate, indecision, being stuck, disconnection, and blocks. That is the cause of things like where it's not something really bad, it's just uncomfortable, leaves you squirming, hurts your head to think about it, that kind of a thing. So there we go. Hi, everybody. Anybody else that came in, I didn't see you. I didn't see you. I got to scroll back to see what you guys is all chatting about. Oh, been a few people coming in. We left off with Luella. Okay. Isn't it a pretty one, Bernadette? Bernetta, the candle holder. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. Yes, Luella. Yes, it can be something that's happened recently. Yes. Hi, June. You don't want to come in the wintertime. You don't want to come in the wintertime. You go to BC, go to British Columbia, Vancouver. They're the more, they just have milder temperatures, milder weather there. The further this way you come towards the east, you come on the eastern side. Oh my! You don't know whether 1 week to the next day. Oh, excuse me. What you're going to face, and they can predict the weather, of course, but a lot of times for my area, it gets really. We've got in my province. There's I think there's 5 different weather zones in my province alone. So they can have a blinding blizzard in northern New Brunswick, right? I could be sitting out in my yard having a cup of tea. It goes like that. So, this is Sagittarius, June, then the next one is the last one, and it is Capricorn. Thank you, Bets. No, Jen's no longer part of the stream. I have other moderators, but they're busy. I don't really need them I don't really need them that much right now. It's all good. Oh, really? Luella, that's interesting. Thank you, Bernetta. That's really nice of you. Thank you, June. Yes, people. We got 10 likes, no dislikes, 27 in the room. Just a little click. It helps with the algorithms, even if it's a thumbs down. I don't give a shit. Just click. It just shows you we're here. That's what it is. It shows you we're here. That it might have gotten your attention, if even only for a few minutes. Oh my goodness sakes! That reading, I don't know what it is with the 5s. We are talking earlier, in the previous reading. How I've always disliked the 5s in tarot because they rarely bring anything good. They're just stressful cards. Don't like them. And then a couple of years ago, as far as numerology goes, and I'm not a numerologist, I'm not an astrologist, I'm just an old school tarot reader. Um, the 5, the number 5. Before I say this, I'll tell you, my life has had been anything. Everybody says that you had a hard life. I've had a hard life, just keeping my head above the water, trying to survive. You know, um, it's been a struggle. I've been treated badly by some people. I walk away from people like that now. I don't give somebody the chance to get that close. Um, Life hasn't been easy. I know people who've had real good lives, and they're the ones that look at me that go, "Holy shit," you know? So I find out through numerology one day, a couple years ago, my life path number, freaking 5, man. It's a 5. There was this big light bulb that went off, and it was like, "What?" No, I did it 2 or 3 times, did the calculations and stuff. Oh my god. I said my life number is a 5. And it was like, all of a sudden, my whole life, everything all of a sudden came together at once. It seemed to make sense in a way. If if so the 5's not that bad in numerology, but within tarot, that's the one that represents my life. That's what I feel. It was just as one of these big light bulb moments. So almost funny. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Mary Jane. Nice to see ya. Yes, Jen will be missed. You're very, very right about that. Yeah, you're very right, Jim. Nothing we can do about it, though. Mary Jane. Oh, that's good though, Teresa. Now, if you can subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, but that bell doesn't work all the time because the system's been taking and removing a lot of people's saved channels that they've subscribed to. They just disappear one day. There's usually more than one. And it's happened to me over and over to the point where now my numbers are running backwards. I was so far ahead, was very happy with where I was. And now they're backpedaling because they keep removing them and people don't know. And they'll come in a channel like this during live. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in a year and a half. I'm so glad you're back. Here's the bottom line. I didn't go anywhere. I'm not back. I never left. And I'm on live more now. You see more now of Fundy Fortunes than ever before. That's what's ironic. And people aren't seeing it. But I'm on 2 to 3 times a week doing one thing or another. So you're very welcome, Beth. Very, very welcome. I'm glad you were here and were able to join in. You're a 4, is that right? Oh my god. Oh, thanks, June. Thank you very, very, very much. But yeah, when that hit me, my life, I was like, no, oh, there's a mistake. There has to be a mistake. These are horrible. I did it again and I did it again, did it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, this is awful. And then I got reading. It's been a while. I should go in and reread it again. What the 5 is all about, what it represents. But I immediately related it to what the 5s are like in tarot. I was absolutely horrified. I said, I'm going to take a gun and blow my damn head off now. Life's been hard enough. It's going to always be this way till the day I die. Is it? You know? I'm almost afraid. Like, my life is in a way, I'm almost afraid. I get afraid to love anything or anybody to that point where they consume me inside. My children, it's too late for that. That's been there since the moment they were born. Um, I've had lifelong friends since I was 6 years old, still friends. Um, But it's like when I get my heart wrapped into something, when something consumes me and it's along the lines of love of any kind, I seem to lose. It slips away somehow. It goes away somehow. I love where I live. I am so lucky, knock on wood. Thank you. Thank you. That I'm in my 11th year here. And I thought, oh my, and it's like this if I could come into the money that I could buy it, and it's not expensive either. It's quite cheap as far as housing and property goes. But if I could even play a lottery and win just enough money to buy the property, well, to let out this, this is something I won't lose. It is mine now. I won't lose. You don't really own the land. You don't own the trees. You don't own nature. But I would be a part of it if it would let me in. And it has let me in. It's embraced me very much. It's been my sanity. It's been my grounding. It's been my everything. Um, and loving other people. If I go on too much, I'll cry. But I love my children. Love my little dog. I love the planet. I love people collectively. I love humanity and what it can achieve at times. Humanity can blow us away when we see the world sometimes does come together in sickness and in health, both ways, um, overall. But when it's the one-on-one, that's when it gets dangerous and you can get hurt. And I've been living alone now. I haven't so much as had a date since my husband's died. And it was the 3rd year anniversary was in November. And I'm not in any rush to do that. I think I said it again today, and I said it again I think it was the other night. The only way that would ever change is I'd have to be slammed. The only way it would have to be one of those once in a lifetime situations where you're madly head over heels in love that you're not even dealing in reality anymore. You're way up in cloud nine somewhere. Would have to be that type of thing, swept right off your feet. You don't even know you're being swept. You know what I mean? So, um, but if we could hold on to that part of falling the part of people when they fall in love and they're in that honeymoon stage, if people could lock down on that, there would be more people together, more relationships will allow, they would all last. They'd last till the ends, you might say. So, you're number 5 too, are you, Teresa? You're an 8. Thank you very much, Teresa. Also, to go back to that stuff, the only place you're guaranteed to receive notification is in the Facebook group. We're on Facebook. You don't got to take part. I know most people hate it, and they won't come near Facebook. But you don't need to hang out in Facebook. Log in, go right into Bay of Fundy Fortunes. The group for Bay of Fundy Fortunes is closed and private. Anything goes on in there stays within there. It's highly private. It's a beautiful group, couple thousand people. They're just like you and me. We're all walking on the same path. We're all part of the same collective, really. We are. And a lot of people say it feels like family. It's quiet, it's subdued. Someone described it, they said it feels like you're walking into Zen when you come in. It's a beautiful group. They're beautiful people. They're loving, they're supportive, they're strong. I don't know what I'd do without them. Hello, Eugenia. Yeah, but seriously, um, being a 5, I felt alone on my own my whole life. Even as a little child, I felt very alone. Um, but I'm the type of person, not that I'm better than anybody else or stronger, because I'm not. But if life brought me brought somebody something to knock them over and knock them down, to hold them back, to make everything difficult. They give into it. They just say, "Give up." I just give up. I've never been that way ever since I was little. We're talking 3 and 4 years old here. I've always been like, "You may knock me down, you may knock me over, you may hold me back. Shit happens. But you know what? Do you know what I do? I get back up again and I try even harder than ever before. I won't say die. I just won't do that. I won't say die. I won't give in to those kind of shadows that can come into our lives. I beat them off, is what I do. I beat them off with all I have. Oh, hi, Jamie. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, June, you're right. Spirit warriors, truly. I'm so sorry. It's getting to a lot of people now. You're not alone in that. The stories are starting to trickle in, how people are dealing with and how they're handling all of that. So it's not good. I rarely see any, and the only people I really see are my sons. They come by quite frequently. But as far as having friends in for company, no, there's been nobody. Hardly ever. I got one neighbor that comes over once in a while. That's about it. You're lucky, Teresa. Oh my goodness. Uh, you're getting abandonment all the way around you, and it's stuff that you can't control. That's awful. I really feel for you. We have to, as far as you're concerned, Jamie, you have to start making plans for the future. It'll direct your focus into something more constructive. Make a goal of some kind and start planning it all out. Use your imagination. It'll help pull you through a little bit. It won't look so, I don't know if final's the word I'm looking for, but I don't know. It's very tired. It's tough. It's hard. I've got to get on with the last reading because we got Capricorns that are waiting. So all I can do is say thank you so, so much. Please click the thumbs button there, up or down, whatever way you feel. It just shows just more attention that the channel is getting. Helps with the algorithms to a point. So, I really appreciate you guys being here tonight. I could be sitting here talking to myself. But thank you very much for being here. Appreciate the time you've taken to come in. This is the longest one. We're at 55 minutes here. So, but yeah, Jamie, try to use your imagination. Let your mind float off onto what things start with fantasies, but work your way down to reality. That's what you do. Reality may look okay. Um, you start out as family. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You picture yourself doing these things. Going to see me in a minute here, Mary Jane. I'm going to heat my tea back up, sit right down, and get into it. But I can't convey enough how much I appreciate everybody that comes around, especially somebody like Mary Jane. She's here just about every time we go live. She always cracks me up. She gets me laughing. I see her name and I just smiles. And she's a very active part of the channel too, as well. With the mini readings, she's very highly active there as well, which fills my heart to no end. And I don't expect anything from anybody. You know, if she doesn't take part, she just wants to chill. She takes part and she chill. And I love having her here. So talking about you like you're not even here. Sorry about that. We've got a little. I'm going to say this to kind of end things here. People like you, people like me, we know something the rest of the world doesn't. We know there's more than just what we can see, we can touch, we can feel. There's much more to life than that. Not a lot of people, they're one dimension, you might say. Just what's there in the moment around them, and they don't go any deeper than that. They don't go any further than that. Those are the ones where the lockdowns can get to very quickly, very easily. All right. Um, you've got more depth than that. I've got more depth than that. I don't care if it's a fantasy you have in your head. You have somewheres to go where you can lighten that feeling of restriction, that feeling of life standing still, not going anywhere, literally and figuratively. You can embrace the other things that we don't embrace every day. Fill it up with that. Fill it up with your beliefs. Fill it up with your spirit. We're very, very lucky that way. We're very fortunate. We're blessed, whatever words you want to use. But we are. I look out at my yard. I look around my house. I look out at the scenery, and nature is what holds me. I'm always in awe of it all the time. Life. Can almost feel the heartbeat of the woods. You know, that holds me. That lets my imagination run free. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very poor in the real world, but I'm very rich in other ways, and I recognize it. That there are other people have told me I give my right arm to live where you're living. And I feel bad. I almost start to feel guilty. I almost feel like, shut up, Natalie. People think you're rubbing everybody, and it's not that. This isn't for everybody. I live in the Maritimes. It's freaking cold here. Damp, foggy. We get nice weather. We're just embracing it, you know. Our weather always seems to go to the extreme sometimes. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for me, and I am lucky for that. I'm really lucky. I appreciate it. My gratitude, it swells in me. And that's what we have to do. We have to look at other things that maybe others are overlooking in their own lives, not us. We know where to go. Clear your head, recharge and rejuvenate. For now, I would like you to keep the peace in. Feed yourself first before you do anything outside of yourself as far as the world is concerned. Other people, you take care of you. Then you can share your love and your light out with whoever you want. Share it out with the world. You can't go wrong doing that. That won't work against you. All right? The universe sits up, takes notice when we do things like this. It's a good thing. It is very, very much June. This is only temporary. It is amazing. It's the word that I don't even think exists to explain how I feel about where I live. There's some other people drive by, they go, "There's a little shack on the side of the road, small cottage." I love it. I love it. Boys and I have had a conversation. Well, if you won the lottery, what would you do? You'd still want to live in this place? Yes, I would. I don't need a mansion on the hill. I don't need that, but I would do some work to this place to warm it up and so it's not so cold. I put a wood stove in with a glass front that I always had before. I don't have that here. There's nothing more beautiful than having a beautiful stove fire going. You've got the glass front and you're sitting in front of it. You can feel the warmth, the dry heat. It's beautiful. It's so good on the bones. There are little things like that that I would do, for sure. Anyways, please take care. Stay safe, take no chances. This June, it was beautiful for you to say that. This is only temporary. It feels never ending. It feels like we're going to go into infinity this way, but we're not. Okay? We'll be out of it sooner than later, let's hope. Thank you all for being here. I wish you the best month of February. And may some unexpected beauty come into your life. I wish that for you. From the universe through me, to keep smiling. That's what I was told. Keep smiling. Thank you so much, everybody. And Capricorn is coming up next. See some of you in a few.